Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Essie Sibanda. I'm back again today. We are talking about family, the definition of family. And over the past few days, we've been going over what we term family. And today I've just learned something I didn't include was, your colleagues at work, spending time at work, they become family because you see them possibly more than you are going to see your own family at home. So that's another family. Hi, Nyarai, thank you for joining. So that's another family which we didn't include in that. I'll possibly put a little snapshot of it when I do an entry tomorrow. Hi there, how are you doing? I'm fine. Um, so we are continuing with definition of family, and yesterday when I was trying to write up on family, and we were extended. I thought before we go in, to look at responsibilities, we also need to talk about identity because it's something which is something just cropped up yesterday. So I started, researching on identity. So most probably all of us have got an identity document. Now it's in terms of passport, birth certificate, but I was looking at the birth certificate more so, and I found a lot of things which are interesting. And I was just thinking, where you look at what's written on the birth certificate in terms of, the entry, the name of the child, and the surname, and then the name of the father, the name of the mother, but more so on the name of the father is where I was actually looking at, because on my on me, my dad is written, Malawi, and then living in Salisbury, and on my mother is Rhodesia, and living in Salisbury. And I was just thinking, because where we talk about family in terms of paternal society, where the children adopt the father's side of the family. Remember, hi Kuda, how are you? Thank you for joining. When I was thinking about that, and you will see where I was writing about DNA, meaning I also carry my mother's DNA, and which means I can be related to anybody of my mother's side through biologically through DNA, but culturally, wherever we are, whether it's the Western world or where it's paternal, you're more on your father's side. So I was just looking at my birth certificate yesterday, just, trying to see and analyze how it's entered. And, I look at it, I am born in Harare, and then my dad is Malawi, and which means it actually, when I look at my identity, it's classified as alien. I'm alien to Zimbabwe. That's quite interesting in a way. So I'm alien to Zimbabwe, so it means I don't belong to Zimbabwe. And the Malawians say I was born in Zimbabwe, so I'm not Malawian. It doesn't matter whether I speak the language or whether I. So I was just asking myself, so who am I? I'm not wanted there, I'm not wanted there, I'm sort of in between. Now I've got an adopted country. I hold a British citizenship, but that's naturalization, not that I'm British born, but that's another, So I've got sort of three areas where I can say I am that. I am Malawian, I am British, I'm Zimbabwean. But where you look at it in terms of identity, really, I'm asked, where do you come from? So if I say I come from Zimbabwe, some people will say, oh no, but your ID is written alien. So it was quite interesting. I've learned quite a lot, researching this topic of family, which I actually didn't think it was going to be interesting. But some things are really interesting, which are out in the world. And then the other thing I learned about the birth certificate in Zimbabwe was 1891. It's when the birth certificates were started being given out. People were just having their children as long as, the village you live in, the headman then knows your family and they can say, this is your dad, this is your mother, and that's where you are born. Then that was it. So in Zimbabwe, 1891, that's when the first birth certificates were being issued, but they were being issued to non-Africans. And when I say non-Africans, it was actually being given to the Europeans, to the Indians, and the colors. So that's the order of it. And then 1963, they started saying the Africans can have the birth certificates. And I don't know why, the reason is not there, but now this is my thought. I thought first, because for you to realize you needed to register a birth at the magistrates, you need to be possibly literate to be able to go and articulate what you need there, to be able to know where you are going. So it was voluntary. So you find possibly those who registered around those time were people who were already educated through missionaries, because many people who got educated first were educated in missionary schools. So, and possibly that's where they were encouraged to register, because maybe it was being done through the church and things like that. So that's something interesting which I got. But you know what? This is quite interesting. It's going to be a very interesting topic. I don't know what else we're going to unearth, which is quite exciting. But I am excited. I'm excited, sorry. I don't know whether you guys are getting excited with all. I know possibly I've been boring you with a lot of background on the family. I just wanted us to realize that, when we say family, oh, my family is, it's something in passing, and we take possibly everything around it for granted to say family, because there are some families. I know Nyarai, we've been talking about, where we used to have a burial society, and I went on to talk about, if you read through what I did post yesterday, we were talking about Uganda, we were talking about Chimtali for the Malawians, and there's Mchongoyo for the Mozambicans. I don't know whether you guys possibly remember that or know about this dance group which used to happen. And those used to be families as well, because you spend so much time with them in practice, and when you now go in and start having competitions, because you used to have competitions like the Mayor's Christmas Cheer Fund, or like the Royal Varieties Show at the Rufaro Stadium. Those things used to happen. Kuda, maybe you might wonder, oh, did those things used to happen? Yes, they did used to happen. You used to have things like the Royal Variety Show, and then you have the showground. So you needed to prepare and have competitions and sift it so that the best can go and represent the Malawian society in Rhodesia then, or then in Zimbabwe. I think it happened for a few years where we had independence, when it continued, and possibly, I don't know whether it's still happening now or whether it died a natural death, but those are things which happen. And then I was just thinking about something else where I had trouble when I needed to renew my Zimbabwean passport, and when I went to the embassy, I was told, you are alien to Zimbabwe, so you need to go back. You actually need to go to Malawi to renounce your Malawian citizenship. I'm back to the birth certificate I was talking about. So you need to go and renounce your Malawian citizenship, and when you renounce your Malawian citizenship, then you can now become a Zimbabwean citizen. And I'm thinking, okay, so that's something which was actually. So my question was, would a birth certificate be, would it be a, what do you call it, an identity? Would it identify you? Would you relate to what do I call it? Would you relate to the birth certificate or the place where you were born at, because you do have so many people who possibly needed to stay at your house for possibly the end of the 9 months so that they can register at the nearest clinic, and then that means their birth certificate will have your home address. So would those people be identified with you because they used to live with you? So many things which you need to look at when you look at identity. So, or identity, is it just biological? Is it possibly somebody who gave birth to me becomes, I'm identified with that? What of those who don't know where possibly their father is, and they grew up, they were looked after by somebody or some other family, and then, they are old enough possibly to have their own families? Would they just need the biology to identify them? What if they adopted? So there are so many questions we need to ask about this identity. So watch the space. Tomorrow I'm going to post the family, possibly the legal definitions of the family, what we call it in Zimbabwe, UK, US, and what I think family is from my perspective, because I'm so blessed. I've got so many descriptions of family which are surrounding me, who I am, and so my take on family is quite something which is quite light. I don't take life serious because life is short. Let's face it, life is short. You are here today, tomorrow you are not there. That's it. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, and keep reading that, and invite others who want to interact with us, and please put questions so that I can have time to research them, then we can talk about them. And then have a good bank holiday, guys, those who are in UK and those who are in Zimbabwe. Thank you for watching, and we love you, we miss you. It's home for us, whether you believe it or not. It is home. Home is where the heart is anyway. So possibly that's another definition which we would need to look at, what is home. But for tonight, thank you so much, Nyarai and Kuda and Maxwell, for watching, and God bless you, and stay safe.